Hello and welcome to Peanut Butter Jenny Time, the show where I have a guest every single week and we just have a silly little time together. Today I am joined by JDP. Hello.
Hello, how are you everybody? Can we do it again? Let's do it again.
Today I am joined by my guest JDP.
Let's go. What's good everyone? Thanks
Yay.
Jenny for having me over.
Wow, what a cool intro.
Yeah?
How sultry at the end there.
I'm trying to be sexy because the one we did before that.
This is a second take, everyone.
This is a second take.
Pulling back the curtain. Now, oh my gosh, I'm so interested in talking to you and I'm so excited because, like, you know, we've known each other for a little bit now.
A few years actually.
Yeah.
It's gone real quick.
It's gone real quick.
Yeah.
And we first met at like a TikTok event where I knew you in the capacity of a content creator and now you are quite successful in a music career.
No, okay, don't hype me up. I'm okay in a music career, but I would say all content creators sort of need to branch out at one point, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you do? What the heck do you do? And I think music was like, Filipino, we sing.
So you're like, okay, I'm Filipino. I
Filipino.
sing songs. We're known for our karaoke.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Let's make some music. You know?
don't worry about basketball.
Girl, I'm 5'4". Like I'm really. You're tall for an Asian, I would say.
I'm like 163. I feel like I'm average.
163. No. Okay. We're not the same height. You're taller than me.
I'm only like a little bit taller than you.
I'm 163. Or am I lying? Who's lying?
No way.
I'm 163.
No way. We must be the same height, and you
No.
just.
You're taller than me. Okay, sorry.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, you went into your music career.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, talk me through. Like, were you always interested in music, or were you like, okay, I need to branch out at this point in content creating now, and then make music?
This is a long-winded question.
Oh.
I think I don't know how to say this in the nicest way possible. I hate the word influencer.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like everyone's should be born and be useful to society.
So you were saying that for a while in your life you were absolutely useless and providing no value to society.
Correct.
And you were just leeching off everyone else.
Correct. I was just trying to suck everyone's attention. Look at me. And I was like, I'm useless now.
Yeah.
And I sort of was like, I can't be you. You know, you're I'm a like flirt a bit. You're amazing at stand up, and I don't know how people do that. Like, you know,
but you did do stand up.
I
did
fucking bombed. I bombed so much.
No, but that's because there was literally so to backtrack and to kind of go into what exactly
tell them the story.
The event that we met at this.
Yeah.
And I remember you very clearly. So there was a TikTok event where they asked a few comedic content creators to do stand up, including myself, who has done stand-up before,
yes,
but also a bunch of people who have never, ever, ever stood on stage and done stand-up.
Yes.
They were to perform into the barrel of a camera, which would be live streamed, and there was literally no one else there except the staff at TikTok. I think it was like COVID times and pandemic times, so it might have been a bit tricky getting an audience in there, but that was the first time I saw you do stand-up, and you were quite good. Like, I feel like I saw some of like the rap and performance, you know, coming out of your stage persona at that point.
Right.
Did you feel that at that stage?
I think I'm gonna be honest, and you just gave such a good. Now that you explained it, you're right. It was such a tough thing.
Yeah.
I think I was tough on myself then.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Oh, because you're right. There was like 3 people in the crowd, and they were all like TikTok audience, and like I think they were all of the same similar, what's it called, background. So I think different jokes would have maybe appealed to them, and I don't think I'm there. I don't think I wrote to that audience.
Yeah.
I think I wrote to my audience.
Yeah, which is what you do, yeah.
Right, okay, okay, that makes me feel better. But anyway, that being said, Jenny does have stand-up. You have stand-up freaking experience, and it's completely different ball game than like talking shit in front of a camera in your room and your like pajamas. Yeah, okay. So then you decided to venture into music, you know, after that. Oh yeah, that was my point. You're right. But my point is, I think in music you can sort of like create it's all sort of like fantastical, right, and made up, and it's an excuse to be someone who you're not, which you can be in comedy, but comedy you're sort of speaking as yourself.
Yeah.
Even though you're putting on a persona, people don't really understand that it's a persona. They think that's Jenny Tian speaking, or that's Jamie speaking.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas with music, it's rhyming.
It's rhyming. So we went from personas to Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
What if I say like, bitch, you smell, your shoes look like
Thanks,
hell.
Jamie, thanks. I'll need to buy a new pair now.
Like
Thank
you look like hell, and bitch, you smell. Like that's so you kind of can say,
oh right, it's like a persona, and therefore people are going, oh okay, this is not who she really is.
Whereas if I say fuck Jenny, the fuck you stink like shit.
Yeah.
It's funny maybe to someone, but I don't know. I think music creates that. It's like that barrier between creativity and comedy that sort of is easier to absorb for most people.
Yeah, okay.
And I guess I felt more free.
Yeah.
You know?
So then did you incorporate any of your like comedic persona into your music as well? Tell me about that.
Yeah. So, fuck, that's a hard question. I think when people make anything, right? When you make a TikTok, you're sort of thinking, maybe I'm talking for you. You're sort of thinking, how might this land?
Of course. You always think that, yeah.
Yeah, but with music, it's like, it doesn't have to land.
Oh, so you find there's freedom.
Yeah, it doesn't land like the beat lands.
Oh, so you just, okay, so basically, if I'm understanding correctly, you just worry about it sounding good, the beat sounding good, and you don't really care about the reception too much.
Yeah.
You know internally, you're like, this is a sick beat.
Yeah, that's it. Like you have a beat to sort of write, like it's like a board. A surfboard.
It's a surfboard, yeah.
You know, you're getting more beaches on. It's a surfboard, and you can ride the wave.
Yeah, okay. Are you ever like, you know, you create like a really sick beat and let's say perhaps it wasn't received in the way that you thought it would be. Are you ever like, these people have no taste, what are they on about? Or are you like, it doesn't matter?
That's the thing. Oh, fuck. I think I take it even harder.
Oh, okay. So you still care about how it lands.
I still care how... Oh, fuck. I just fucked myself.
You're like, I'm actually deeply insecure and I am still looking for attention and approval from everyone.
Jenny, don't expose me. But yeah. That's why I even curl my hair. Just like, just please tell me I'm pretty.
For a podcast.
Yeah, you're right. I seek validation. So, I think when you have to venture away. Okay, so this is my theory. When you're TikToking, you're sort of doing everything for validation. You're sort of looking for a view. But then let's say you're writing something. A part of it, yes, you want the validation, but a part of it is also your take on things. Not that a TikTok isn't, but it's because it's so short.
Yeah.
It's like, it's easy to just chase. Like, oh, I know this will pop off.
Yeah.
I'm going to just talk shit.
Yeah.
Versus like you're about to put a piece of thing together. Let's say you write a set or I write a song or like a script or whatever we're writing.
Yeah.
We have to craft, and it's like your heart versus, you know what I'm, a little bit of you.
It's deeper. Yeah.
It's deeper. And I think that's the challenge. And that's why either way, I fucking take it hard. Either way, I take it hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, okay. Tell me about Fooligan Kevs and this persona that you've created, because I remember seeing you starting to post these videos where you were basically like this character of, do you want to explain this character?
So I don't know if you know Fooligan Kev.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I work at Triple J.
Oh, sorry. I forget she knows. No, because you know, like some comedy people would not know music at all.
Yeah. It's true. No, in fairness, I didn't know before I started working there, but okay. So there's this rapper.
So it wasn't about him. It's this it's like a macho male bravado of like Western Sydney. Why is because they have the most interesting persona. Like, I'm not gonna play Joe from the eastern suburbs. That's boring. Or fucking like Chad, or not Chad, like Josh from the beaches. Yeah. It's gonna be someone I find interesting, and the macho male persona I find the most interesting are the ones from the West, like that encapsulate Western Sydney, because they're so quirky. Yeah. And I just thought, what's a name I can rap with this as this guy, and I just thought, fuck, Fooligan. like
Fooligan.
he's a fool.
Yeah.
And there's a Kev, and it just sort of worked.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Kevins. Yeah.
There's a lot of Kevins in the world. I'm sure everyone knows a Kevin.
We all know a Kevin.
We all know a fucking Kevin.
So you're JDP, and I've heard your music as JDP, and I've also heard your music as, Kevs, as you call him. Is there one that you prefer over the other?
Honestly, Kevs, I feel protected. Like I even if you don't like music or Kevs, it's like that's not me.
Right. So you feel like if you fail as Kev, then that's okay because it's just a character.
Yeah, which is why I made him, to be honest. To protect my frail little ego. To protect this all, so that can be all bravado.
Yeah, okay. And do you think there will be a point where you go back to JDP and just being yourself?
100%, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like that, the plan is, Kevs is just one out of many more parts.
So there's going to be more characters?
More and more.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just testing out like how to best do it with Kevs.
Wow, so it's going to be like an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like I don't even care if this takes fucking like years and years or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Like I just want to test out how to best do it with this Kevin guy. And then he's just one out of many more parts.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Are they going to be related to each other? There's the Kevin universe.
I was thinking that they should be related, but at the same time they don't have to be.
All right. Speaking of like creating and everything. Okay, and like TikTok and whatnot. Like, I kind of find that a lot of the time with TikTok, people, yes, they do kind of just see me as like the TikTok person or the person on Instagram that does make sketches. And in fairness, I haven't put much of my stand-up online, and it's because it takes so embarrassingly long to write a good joke that I'm like, I can't afford to just put this online and then burn it because then I'll have nothing for my live shows. So I've got material and I've been holding on to it, and I'm going to release a special and it's going to be out. But that's how I started creating sketches. It's because I was like, I would put up my jokes if I could afford to, but I can't. I need to save them for a show. So then I just like make TikToks and like sketches using my comedy brain, and that way I can still hold on to like my stand-up material. But eventually because I've filmed my hour show, I'm going to release that into little clips, and I'm like, finally I can like show people. But I've got exactly the same thing as with you and music, where I'm like, oh my god, I'm so scared to show people because this is like me, and how are people going to respond to it, and are they gonna, what if this does worse than everything else that I've done?
And
like,
you put your heart and soul into this thing, and then a video about like fucking bullshit does so well.
Exactly.
And it's so like, it hurts.
It's like this thing that it requires skill and craft, and that has been like tried and tested, and I know it's good, and then it might not do so well. That's one of my greatest fears.
100%. And I think that's the fucking like, it's like the temptation to just then do TikToks, which maybe you don't have. I don't have, but like sometimes I do. It's like, why do you spend all this time, technical knowledge in like blah blah blah, to then not get the same validation and reward as a fucking
this thing where you just sit in your car.
This is what this means about you. Your chopping board, what your chopping board means about you. Like,
your chopping board.
That would fucking pop off. That 500k views right there.
Your chopping board.
It is like, oh, you got the wooden one. Oh, you're
like this. Yeah. Or you got the plastic one.
The plastic.
Whoa. I know what you're doing. I got the plastic one. The plastic one. It's right over there.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So you're doing like music, and you're doing content creation stuff, and these are obviously not like traditional routes for someone from our type of backgrounds to go down. How have your parents responded to this?
My parents don't know shit.
Really? Your parents don't know that you do this?
No, they think I work at a bank. Still
no one's like come across your videos and like sent it to them?
Maybe, but I think they're in like really bad denial of something.
Oh my god,
my parents are really strict, really traditional, really like I don't know. Did you have the corporate job as well?
Yeah, I had a corporate job.
I had this really good corporate job, and my parents would brag about me to all of their friends, and I think they're in denial.
Oh, so they still think that you're working at that same job?
I haven't told them otherwise.
But it's been like
it's been so long.
How, like a few years at least.
They see me at home, like do it, like, you know. I mean, I moved out now, thank God. But before, yeah.
So do you like just come home in your work clothes and pretend?
No, you know, work from home, like. They don't know. And Asian parents, they don't really like. Oh, what are you doing? You know, they're not very. They're not inquisitive. They're sort of like, are you doing well? Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you think they'd feel if, you know, you were to tell them what you really do?
One time, this is a really sad story. Okay, so my mom does know I do some online stuff, but she thinks it's some sort of for fun thing.
Right.
And one time, these two friends of mine who are really big in the Philippines came over at our house, and did a vlog, and I was in the vlog. And obviously, because they were stars in the Philippines, my mom watched that one. And I was in it. And I was just being me, my goofy online persona, which before was Tintin Adobo, which was this, like, Filipino girl. And she's like, ew, what is, like, yeah, she was like, you're so cringy, you know that?
Oh.
And that hurt me so much. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you think
She's
she
like,
says something like that?
Because, I don't know, she was like, turn it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she couldn't even like stand
She
watching.
couldn't watch me. And it wasn't me even like trying. It was me in a vlog, like being silly with friends. And I was like, I'm never telling this woman a single thing until I've made it.
Yeah. Wow. That's so sad that she feels like.
It's so sad.
It's so sad that she feels. Yeah. Like, I mean, there must be some. Oh man, she
like
needs to go to therapy.
Yeah, she needs a lot of therapy. And like, I think they don't realize how like sad or like hurtful.
Yeah, that's because it's just like, it's not even like you're not saying anything problematic, you're not doing anything problematic. It's you having fun, and she cannot stomach that.
Yes.
That is so deeply messed up.
Yes, and like if you ever talk to her, I mean, I don't want to like berate my mother, but you know, we're not very close, so whatever. If you ever talk to her, she's sort of like unaware of any of her flaws, and it's like,
oh, same with mine.
Yeah, it's sort of like, let's talk shit now. Like let's talk shit in front of a camera and like make stuff that hopefully like makes people aware of themselves.
Yeah. Are you close to your mum or your dad?
My dad.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, pretty much the same. My mum, when I first started telling her, well, like, firstly, I was exactly the same. Never told my parents that I was doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Hid it, pretended that I was going to dance classes.
Wow.
And because I go out at night, right, which is also like for them, oh, so dangerous, so bad. She must be hanging out with bad people. So I would just lie and go, no, it's like a dance community. It's like really, it's fun.
Show me your dance.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then eventually, what was it? I think I was posting about like Sydney Comedy Festival and that sort of stuff. And then they found it. And then my mum had a talking to me. And at this stage, like, I wasn't new to stand-up. I'd been doing stand-up for like, I think 4 years at this stage. Yeah. And it was my first hour show. And I was so nervous about it. And she just sat me down and she's just like, okay, so you do comedy. You know, stand-up comedy is really hard. Like, you have to be really confident to do it. And you're quiet. And it's like, did you know that this is actually like a really hard thing to do? And I'm like, yeah. I've been at the open mics for years, mate.
You're really quiet. Yeah, they sort of like project their inability to do what they wanted to do onto us.
Yes, exactly.
And they think they're protecting us.
They think, it comes from a layer of protection because they ultimately don't want to see us get hurt.
Correct.
But the response can be hurtful.
It can be hurtful. Yes, it comes from like, I don't want to see my child get hurt. But also, if you've realized maybe your child really believes in something, I think coming across it from like, hey, like, it's gonna be hard, but how can I help? None of that. It's like, I'm gonna make it worse for you. Yeah. Well, maybe that's why we're still kicking. Because maybe if they're too nice to us, maybe we'd be like, fuck, it's hard.
maybe. So then, like, how do you find your like internal sense of like self-belief?
It's so fucked. It's so fucked.
What do you do like to motivate yourself? Like when you're like, oh, you know, I suck or I'm bad at this. Like, what do you do to perk yourself up?
Oh, fuck. I'm actually going through one of this right now, to be honest. But I'm coming up, and it's like, you know, the journey is always like, like we never like just,
yeah.
It's always like,
yeah.
And
yeah.
I think before my I would just chase validation from like who I dated or like who I or numbers, like, oh, this got a lot of numbers, so I'm doing well. But now, because I'm doing the whole artsy fartsy shit, and I don't know how you've been doing this for so long, because it's like, this is it, you know what I mean? It's like, we can't chase that I can't chase that validation anymore through numbers, because it means nothing. Yeah. End of the day, you need to build something that meaningful. Yeah. And useful to society. You know? So it's like, I'm building it through just fucking talking to myself so nice and just being like, fucking yeah, Jamie, like, you're talented. Yeah. You got this.
Yeah, positive affirmation.
You got this. Like, you know, you wouldn't get this far if you didn't have anything. And
like, do you have like, I don't know, do you read like self-improvement books or do like positive affirmations every day? Like, what are some of the things you do to, you know, hype yourself up?
I've been doing this whole, you know Tony Robbins?
Yeah, you listen to Tony Robbins.
I went to the course, you know.
You went to the course.
You know when they step on the coal? They step on fire? Yeah, I stepped on fire.
Oh my god.
Twice.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I didn't know that people were still doing that.
I did this when I was 18. And don't tell them my age, but that was a long time ago.
Whoa, you were young.
Yeah, I've been doing this self-belief shit for like a long time.
Wait, so do you keep taking like more Tony Robbins courses, or is that the one that changed your life?
It started it.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, when we get into I don't want to talk for you, because that's when I get into my like zone of I'm doing artsy shit, I forget all of my self-improvement stuff. Yeah. Because you're so like, I want to work. Like the last thing I need to do is like, I love myself. Like, dear Jamie, you're so kind. Like, I'm not going to do that shit.
Yeah. So you just focus on basically the work and making the work good.
And then I think I let go of the part of me that like cared about myself first. I cared too much about other people. How it will. Yeah. Will you like it? Will it do well? Will it build my brand, or will it tarnish? Will people see me then now as further of a joke than before? And all these questions, and I think it fucked my self-belief in my head a lot. Right. Yeah, which is why I haven't made stuff in ages. Yeah, really? No music in ages.
So are you still in that kind of rut, or do you feel like you're coming out?
I'm coming, which is why I'm here.
Yeah.
I haven't even gone to many events or anything.
Yeah, like, okay.
Because it's just like a room full of people, and
is that terrifying to you?
Nah, fuck. People don't scare me, but like it's the having to put on this bravado or this face that I just didn't have the energy to do that. Because I didn't believe in myself. So, you know.
So what kind of face do you think you need to put on for people?
Just normal face. But like, you know, when you're weak is like, I don't even want to put normal face.
Yeah. And what's weak? What does that look like to you?
Weak to me looks like, I don't believe in myself. Nothing I do is good. So I've been in the studio a lot of times, and thank you to all the people that have worked with me in these past few months. And like, I've made things, and none of them I like. Wow. And I can't tell if it's because I just, you know, imagine like if you filmed something for like hours and hours and then you watch it and you're like, this sucks. Yeah. And I feel like I'm just wasting time, and I realize, that's not a waste.
Yeah, no, it's never, even if it's like it doesn't see the light of day, your ability to craft and then work and then collaborate with all these people, like that skill set develops, and that'll flow on into whatever next thing you make as well.
100, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's also like, you have to have a level of self-awareness and also integrity to go, okay, this is work that I don't think is, you know, the type of stuff that I want to put out. Even though I slaved hours and hours over this, I'm not going to put it out there because I have a standard of quality for the people that listen to my stuff. Yeah. And I want to make sure I meet that for them. So yeah, that's really respectable. Hey, we were talking about like content and, you know, like different types of creators out there because we're solo people.
Yeah,
right?
solos.
But then there's like people in relationships that are like, would you ever, okay, if you're dating someone, would you ever like post them on your things and do like, and make a couple account?
Oh, a couple account. Jeez, I respect the couple account so much. It's like, kudos to you. That's insane.
It's hard, right? Because it's like the separate, you have to have a relationship already. Already.
First, you need a relationship.
Already, I've not been able to do this. And then you have to, you film your moments, and then like it's like all of your most private, intimate moments get put out on the internet for people to judge.
Your dynamic,
everything.
Like your inside jokes.
Yes. And then it becomes everyone else's, and it's like, and what if people like judge it and they go, oh, that's so gross. Like, oh my God, it's like, that's like a new layer of insecurity that I have forever.
I watch it and I'm like, I'm in awe of how open you are. Or I don't get how it works. Personally, I don't get, because as soloists, right, we put so much pressure on ourselves.
Yeah.
Imagine putting that pressure on your partner. Yeah. And you would, but maybe if it's two really like people who are really aligned into content, like couple content.
you have to really both be on the same page in terms of content. Yeah.
Because I think I fucked over like my cousin. I used to.
Oh yeah, your cousin.
Oh yeah, like we can't film together anymore.
What happened? Am I allowed to know?
Oh no, we love each other. It's just like as soon as there's a camera, I think I burnt her out because it's my thing.
Yeah,
you know,
and then you dragged her along, and then everyone wanted to see more of her.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck. So imagine doing that to your partner.
Yeah,
fuck. How do you do that?
Same, and then having to explain like, hey, so they're not in my videos anymore, but we're still together. They just don't want to be in the videos. Like, no one's gonna believe that. Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, you broke up.
And then what? You ended all these rumors and for what? Like, I don't know.
That's a tough one.
I don't know. I personally, I would always have my partner involved, but I could be married. I could be like with 4 kids. I could be single as fuck, fucking 26 people, and no one will know, except the people who know me.
Yeah.
I just don't want that to be out there personally.
What if you were pregnant? Would you make videos about that?
Like a mummy account?
Yeah.
To be a JDP mummy account, like, with the belly.
Yeah, with the belly.
I would full hide that. Like, I think.
Oh, you would hide it.
Yeah, I just think like, there's only so many things I can commercialize. I'm really commercializing my mind and my heart. The last thing I want to commercialize is my fucking relationship. That's the one thing I really want to protect. Yeah, it means a lot to me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then, speaking of like relationships and love life, how is like dating and everything? Do people recognize you off content if you go out on dates?
Okay. If I were to be going out on dates, which I may or may not, I think it's fucked. Do you experience that people go on dates with you because they know you?
Okay, so my thing is I try to not go on dates with people who recognize me. Yeah. Because who I am online is so different to who I am in person. Yeah. That the people that enjoy my content and think that's what I am and go on a date with me are severely disappointed because I'm way more chilled out, right? And then the type of people that might want a more chilled out girl would see the online content and go, well, that's not for me. Yeah. So then I'm in this area where I have no one.
I think far. I
finished Hinge. I swiped through everyone on Hinge. And then it showed me the screen that's just like, this is the end, but there's new people that join Hinge every day, or you can go through all of the people that you rejected. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'll do that. I finished Hinge.
Wow. Do you like Hinge or Tinder better?
I don't use Tinder very much. I mean, I guess like because I'm, like in my late 20s now, I'm like, I want to find someone a bit more like stable or like mature, I guess. Yeah. So I'm on Hinge and Bumble at the moment. I haven't finished Bumble yet. I'm still going with that one.
That's crazy you finished Hinge. Now, that's a really like interesting thing. So the people do you have your socials connected to your...
No, because I want to, if they don't recognize me, I'm like, I want to keep talking to you. Or the people that are like, I don't use social media. I'm like, yes,
that's perfect.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
And then they can get to know me before they see anything else.
Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely. Because I know Hinge is connected to Insta.
You can connect it, but there's an option to not have it.
Good. Yeah, because if I were to date or not, and I might be, then I would fucking have nothing to do with social media.
Yeah.
Because it's like, fuck off. I don't want people dating me because they know me. But also...
Would you date a fan?
Yeah, but... Ooh, that's a good question.
What if they were really hot?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I would. If they're like really hot.
Yeah, they're really hot.
Would you?
No.
What if they're really hot? Your type of
I'd have fun with them, and I'd have to see what they were like.
What do you mean by date?
Like relationship. Okay, relationship. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I thought so. Fun is still dating to me.
Oh, I consider fun to be casual.
So that's casual. So yours goes casual.
Yeah, mine is the hierarchy is. So okay, there's the relationship column, right? The relationship column for me is you're seeing someone, and that's like the early stages of like you're on your first, second, third date, and then you're dating someone, and that's when you're like 4 or 5 dates territory, and then at some point you're both committed and you're not seeing other people anymore, and that's relationship.
Yeah,
I consider, and then there's the one night stand, hookup, fun column, which is for me. I just describe that whole thing as like fun. You've got like your one night stands, and then like. You've got your friends with benefits, basically.
Right. Okay, so for me, it's like talking, which could be like your whole fun column. Okay. And the scene column. They're all in one category. Okay, simplify. You make it more efficient, effective. I thought you're Chinese. It's true. Talking, and then dating is when you've done with the talking. Like it's either you fuck them off.
What does talking... Is that like when you're like catching up for coffees and stuff?
Could be anything. Like,
what?
I'm talking.
But you could talk to anyone.
Yeah, you're talking.
Okay.
It could be like talking.
Okay.
You're just talking. Okay. You're like talking.
All right, so it's like a bit flirty.
Yeah, or talking. Like.
Oh, or like banging.
Yeah, like it could be anything. Or like talking, seeing, I would just put in the same...
Okay, so talking is like, in the same...
Or seeing, maybe seeing.
Okay, all right.
Maybe let's use the same term. Okay. Seeing is like all of those people.
All right, yeah.
And then like dating is once you've kind of picked one or two that you're like, I'm going to keep seeing them.
Okay, right? You have your option. So seeing is still a pool of people.
You have a pool, and then you're like, oh, this pool, you pick 2 that you like.
Yeah.
And then exclusive is like, it's just one. Yeah. You're exclusive.
Yeah, you've given the rose.
You've given the license, the exclusive license publishing rights.
Yeah.
And then there's, what's it? Official.
Oh, official. So what's official?
Official is like, you're more than exclusive. Like official means you're building something to a future.
You're like your lives are starting to come together.
You're together, yeah. Because you can be exclusive with someone but not see a future with them.
Yes, true.
And you can just be like, you don't know really where it's going. Yeah. But you can be like, this is my partner, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. That's like when I start saying someone is my boyfriend, girlfriend, then that's like I'm really serious about them. Okay. And then don't even fuck around with the seeings. Yeah. Okay. Don't the bigger the seeing pool, it's just like the messier the life is.
It's true. It's a lot of effort to maintain when you're like seeing all those different people. You're like, whew, this is like, I just got to put it in my calendar, schedule all these different dates. It's a lot of effort. That's a lot
of fucking effort. And then like you're generating so many things.
Yeah, and then you have a life and content
a life.
So we might go to our clapbacks section now. It's time for some clapbacks. Now, clapbacks is where we basically take the comments that were really mean to us and we clap back against them. Yeah. Do you have any that you want to start us off with?
So Fooligan Kevs answers questions that he gets sent to him.
Yeah, and this is a character.
Yeah. This is a character, and also this is not... He didn't ask this question, someone else did, but he decided to answer it. What's better, a city Asian or a jungle Asian? And he goes on to say, like, explain what they are in terms of, like, what that means, that term means when people refer to it. And then he goes to say that they both suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then comment is, can you stop making Asian content? You've set us back 20 years.
Also, 20 years, how specific? Like, what was there
in 2003?
Like, you single-handedly transported and teleported us back in time with your character that wears a cap and a bum bag. Like, what?
So in 2003, before that, it's all been Asian content. And now after 2003, we need to stop because Dynamic Sparks decided that is when we stop making Asian content. Bitch, like...
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
What content do you want an Asian creator to make then?
Yeah. Like, it's like, yeah, they totally missed the irony of what you were doing.
Yeah, I think. And so you don't watch like Stephen He or relax.
Yeah. 100%. I had, in a similar vein, okay, so I make a lot of content about Australia, right? Yeah. So I did one about basically like Australian homes and how the walls are really thin.
Oh, I saw that one.
And that sucks. I want like proper insulation in the winter, right? I don't think I'm saying anything that radical. And I'm just basically doing like, you know, two characters, one that's like, you know, asking about the design of Australian homes and one that answers and goes, yeah, we're going to build them with really thin walls and then, you know, not put in any double glazing of the windows. That'll be fine. And we'll make them really expensive. Yeah. Like, and that was it. I don't think I'm saying anything particularly groundbreaking there. So here's what someone commented. Time to design women in Australia. Slanty eyes, black hair, and traitorous. This dog single-handedly giving Asians a bad name.
Traitorous.
What did I do? What did I do? How did you have such a visceral response to this?
Traitorous to who? The Queen?
Yeah.
The Commonwealth?
Yeah. What did I like?
You traitor.
I'm a traitor. Like, what?
Traitor was like the randomest insult.
Yeah, I know, right? And then this dog single-handedly giving Asians a bad name. Like,
okay, this traitor does not represent.
It's also like, I haven't discussed anything Asian in this. I've talked about homes in Australia. Like, what is this?
Right.
So that's my clap back.
He must be a tradie that got offended.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you do poor work, Mervac. I'm sorry, Stockland. You do shit work. That's just it. Like, it's cold in your houses. Period.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's winter here is like any winter in any other country. It's not like 20 degrees as it's built to. So please fix your shit.
That's it. All right.
Traitorous. Okay, so I remember one comment was about how diaspora Asians.
Yeah, give me the context for the video. Yeah,
I forgot what the video was. I'm sure it's got to do with me making fun of Asians. Yeah, which is my thing. I like to make fun of anything to do with me.
Yeah.
Which is my race and my music and anyway. And the comment was, this diaspora Asian is riddled in self-hate.
Oh.
And girl, how'd you know I hate my I fucking love myself. I do love myself.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
Like riddled in self-hate that she needs to make fun of her own kind to garner any attention for her sad life.
Oh my gosh. That's like such a big projection of like taking one little thing that you've done and going, she hates herself and everything that she's about.
Yeah, I think
that's so deep and intense.
There's nothing to even clap back. I think the main thing is shut up.
Yeah, like the thing is, like, to be able to make content the way you do, you actually have to be quite comfortable and knowledgeable of like you know all the different types of like cultures and communities within what you're speaking about.
Correct.
And the thing is, the people from the diaspora community watch your content and like it.
Correct.
And see themselves in it.
Correct.
And they know that it's not coming from a place of I hate myself so much.
Yeah.
I have to appeal to other people like this.
I hate myself.
Like no other race is watching it. It's just the Asians that are watching your stuff and going, this I feel. This is, I get this.
Exactly.
I feel seen from this.
Exactly. The whole purpose of, I think, comedy is one, to make commentary to what's the archetype of the fool or the jester? To show the king what he's doing wrong. And he has like an excuse to do it because he's the jester. So he's excused to be able.
Man, you know comedy history. You're knowledgeable.
To do this, right?
Yeah.
So all comedy is one, it's tragedy reversed, and it's just all comedians are fucking sad cunts. And then
True, can attest to this. True. I cry every day. I fap and cry every day. That's what I do.
She faps around.
Yeah.
You definitely don't fap around. You're so organized. I'm so impressed with like how organized you are at all times. So comedy is the opposite of tragedy, and it's also just like commentary on society, and that's it's the necessity and the need for people to be able to stand up and say that is what makes society run and good, right? Because if it were all just, let's say, the peasantry that just work and all just the royalty that just take from the peasantry, then there is no connect. And who connects the two is fucking philosophers, artists, and comedians. And it's been like that since the dawn of time. And that's our objective in life.
Yeah, dude, well said. That was well put and very accurate. Yeah.
So like when we make jokes for like, yes, we want to make people laugh, but also we're here to like have a point and say things.
Yeah.
And we say things in a way that you can laugh at, but you hear it and you're like, fuck, maybe in a few like days or months, it slowly sinks in. It's like, oh, that commentary was right. Like maybe the housing thing is to do with not just Australia as a society, is that it sort of band-aids things and does things poorly structurally in its entirety, which is truth, and it's showing in a fucking house. And you see that through comedy, right? You don't see that through fucking maths.
You could have picked
I love maths, by the way. I fucking love maths.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to wrap things up now. Now, to end the podcast, I always ask these few questions to my guest. So the first one I have is, do you go to therapy?
No.
Oh my gosh, you don't go to therapy?
Do you?
Yeah, of course I go to therapy. I'm messed up. Okay, so this is a question for the people who don't go to therapy. What do you think is the greatest lesson you've learnt from either like a teacher or a mentor, or it could even be yourself? No pressure.
I think the greatest thing today is from the teacher of Phil Knight, Nike. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
I think just don't think. It's hard. It's easy to like overanalyze and like put it all in here. Just do it sometimes, and I think that's what a lesson I want to learn. Yeah. Like I've learned it, but like I need to fully learn it.
Yeah. Don't overthink. Just commit.
Just commit and just do it.
Yeah. 100%. Love it. I've got one more question, but before we wrap up, do you have anything that you want to plug, your socials or the music that you want people to listen to?
When I have it, I'll plug it.
Okay, well, what are your socials?
My socials are at JDP with a lot of P's for Insta and at jdp.adobo. And for Fooligan Kevs, they're Fooligan as in the fool, again, and then Kevs on all platforms.
Yeah, nice. Okay, and for myself, I have a comedy special coming out on YouTube. I don't have a release date yet. And then you know who I am. You can find my socials. Let's go. Yeah, okay. The very last question, how do you like your peanut butter? Smooth or crunchy?
Fucking crunchy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular brand that you like?
What's the Craft?
Ooh, yeah.
After school care vibes.
Yeah.
Where they put the Cotties jam and the crunchy Craft peanut butter.
Nostalgic.
This was really fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being on this. Thank you, JDP. You've been amazing. And whoever's listening, hope you have a great day. Bye.
Let's go.